Russian soldiers attached weight-sensitive mine with a dead Ukrainian man to explode. Vladimir Putin's Russian troops murdered a Ukrainian army volunteer and left his dead corpse in the trunk of his vehicle, which was subsequently destroyed by Ukrainian forces when they tried to evacuate him, according to a report in the Ukrainian newspaper, Politi. "We did everything together," says the soldier's wife Lyudmyla Kyrpach to Politico. Kyrpach said that Oleksandr, a mechanic in Kalynivka, near Kyiv, assembled volunteer fighters the day after the invasion started in late February. After Russian forces had encroached on their hamlet on March 1, Oleksandr's buddies headed out driving to try and gather further data about Russian army movements near at hand. After they failed to return, he went out to locate them, she told Christopher Miller of Politico. Lyudmyla told Politico that he stated he will be right back. Oleksandr never returned, so Lyudmyla and her pals headed out the next day to locate him. There were no passengers in his vehicle when she saw it, she said, according to Politico. An aide observed that the trunk had been blasted with gunfire and opened it to discover Oleksandr dead, as stated in the report. In concern that the trunk was booby-trapped, her buddy escorted her away from the vehicle. They returned to the location on March 4 with the help of Ukrainian troops. Armed with ropes linked to his limbs, the troops pulled slowly away from the vehicle to see whether it had been rigged. Car burst in flames as soon as they pressed the lever. Lyudmyla told Politico that Russian forces had planted a weight-triggered mine beneath Oleksandr. This man's ashes were collected and deposited in a box by Lyudmyla, according to Politico. She later buried him in their shared garden. Earlier this year, Ukraine's Ministry of Foreign Affairs reported that Russia had been targeting people with booby traps in places like Kyiv and Mariupol, with authorities claiming to have unearthed them. At least 360 Ukrainians were slaughtered and buried in a 45-foot-long hole discovered in Bucha, near Kyiv, last month, according to Ukrainian officials. Civilians' deaths were found in houses, on streets, and in a glass factory in Bucha by journalists after Russian soldiers left.